Die by steel, peasant! Double kill! You died without honor.
Alright, hey, what's going on? It's Marley here, and welcome to my first look at Kingdoms Rise. Now, two things. I'm staring at a blank Audacity page of my audio because I'm doing a post commentary over this game because the audio in the game when I recorded it got a bit janky. Plus, it's a game that I had to concentrate a little bit while playing, so I kind of lost some of the audio. It kind of bugged me because I feel like it was an alright, decent job of commentary, but it's pretty good with just the gameplay behind it. So this is the kind of game commentating over, it's pretty decent. But this game, man, is a third-person, choppy, killy, kind of first-person combat game in the same sense of sort of Chivalry, War of the Roses type game. It looked cool. It's in early access right now, so it's definitely in a really early state, which is why a lot of the stuff's kind of janky. Like some of the textures aren't done. You get sort of some graphical errors. You get gameplay twitches and stuff. The servers aren't all that secure in that. There's like bits of lag here and there, but from the basic standpoint, the game is just a lot of fun. Like the combat feels really cool. The elements are really fun. There's a couple different sort of swords you can use, as well as a couple different secondary weapons, and then several spells to choose from your two spells. And it's really cool because it gives you a really nice bit of class customization right from the get-go. Like there's no unlock system, no unlock system yet, but right from the get-go you go in, you're like trying to figure out like what class is good. Do you want Fireball and Ice Ball to like use those? Do you want Teleport? Do you want Heal? So far I found that Teleport and Heal pretty much tend to be the best spells because you can heal yourself up after a battle or during a battle to take another hit or two. And then Teleport, obviously, because the mobility is great, chasing, getting away, and stuff like that. There's also the Invis spell, which sounds OP, but you can actually see them. They're just sort of like blurry a little bit. I mean, it's like, I think it's good. If you're not really paying attention, people will slip past your vision, but if you are, then you'll obviously see them. And if you use like this, there's a couple cool things with the swords, right? So the Fire Sword does more damage. Tank Sword makes you can take more damage before you die. The Stealth Sword, if you get a hit from behind, it does double damage. The Bow Sword, you do more damage with the bow, I think. And then the Mobility Sword, you attack faster. And I think that's all of them now. I really like either the Fire Sword or the Mobility Sword. Obviously, the Stealth Sword's cool if you want to run around being a sneaky ninja guy, stabbing people in the back. But I think the Mobility Sword and the Fire Sword sort of stand the most ground in the game in its current state, which is pretty much just a complete, just straight up combat brawler. Like there's nobody out there actually playing the game for the objectives. You just sort of go in and battle each other. So maybe when the game is fully released and develops, like game modes like when you're capturing a point, you want some people that are up there tanking it, whilst you have people, you probably want to set up your teams to have different sort of classes on them, and that would make a lot more sense there. But as a straight up combat game, the Mobility Sword and the Fire Sword seem to be the best ones, because if you charge up a full hit, well, I think if you charge up a full hit with any sword apart from the Mobility Sword, it kills them in one hit. So I feel like that sword and maybe the Shadow Sword do less damage, but if you hit somebody with a full charged hit, so you charge hits, by the way, by like, also I guess I should explain the controls. The controls are like mouse swipes to hit, and then like mouse swipe and right click to block, which is really hard to do, but you can also like counter their hit by swinging in a direction. You can dodge out of the way of them and stuff like that. And it's a really good combat system. It's really difficult. It's not too bad to get into from a starting point, but then to master it and become really good is really, really difficult. And I think this game is the reason I like this game's balance is because when I'm playing this game, as I play it, it's like if there's somebody who's worse than me, I win 9 times out of 10. All right. So like 9 times out of 10, I will win. Like you just win the fight because you're better at your timing, you're better at dodging, you're better at predicting their things and blocking them, and you just win the fights. But if there's somebody better than you fucking lose, man. Like I remember there's this match, I don't know if it's the one that recorded, but there was a match I was playing where there was 3 of us in there. One guy was clearly better than me, one guy was quite a bit worse, and I was like, I'm stuck in the middle, and it was really difficult because it's like I'd kill this one guy and then the other guy come over and I'd be a little bit low on health and it'd be such a struggle to try and beat him. And it's just a lot of fun because like the combat's so meaty and it feels great when you swing your sword and hit people. It feels really good, especially at an alpha stage for what it is. It's fantastic. And the game's really cool. Like I love the combat in it. I think it's really awesome. I think the maps are great. I think the graphic styling of it is great. It runs really, really well for the most part. The game feels solid for an alpha. Like now there is a lot to be finished. Like there's a lot to be put into it. But right now it's goddamn awesome. And I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I actually intend to in the future be doing I want to do more videos on this game as it develops and as I play it. I want to keep it as a game that I keep coming back to because I like the combat, and I think it's got a long way to develop, and when it does, it'll be really, really fun to play. But it's definitely a game that you should sort of keep your eye on and go and check out. And I know this is kind of a short video, but that's because I've pretty much covered everything. Looks good, plays good, feels good. You can get it on Steam. That's about it right now. It's definitely one to keep an eye on. And I should be doing more videos on it in the future. I want to do some cool stuff with like the stealth, a couple of bits of gameplay with like the stealth stuff, and then maybe some fire sword gameplay. But yeah, it feels cool. And I think all the swords also have that place. Like I prefer using the fire sword because you can get the big swings in and just, if somebody's worse than you, the fire sword owns, because you just chop them up. But then the mobility sword's really great because because you can get the quick hits in. I've been in a situation with the fire sword against somebody who's better than me with a mobility sword, and you just can't get a hit in because they react faster and stop you every single time. And it feels great, and I really like the game for that. So anyway, thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and stick around if you want to check out more stuff like this. This is my first look at Kingdom's Rise. It's really awesome, you should go check it out. Bye bye.